Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 29th. You have this card that says, Freedom is yours, and the Swan Spirit says, Time for a deep dive. Yeah, I think it's a great time to go deep. Like, a lot of people get these messages of, like, if you're going to do something, you have to, like, really go all the way. So, if you're going to start a project or a business or an idea or, even something having to do with something personal like your health or whatever, this basically says you have to, like, do that deep dive. The thing about the swans is that they eat underwater, so it's like where they get their nutrients is from their emotions, right? Or from the emotional world. So some of you have to, like, it's like, I feel like you have to explore your emotions a little bit here, or something about something that you're thinking about. How do you feel about something here, Cancer? And I don't know, I kind of just feel like you're trying to figure that out about something. And I don't know, I'm still not sure what it is yet, so sorry, I don't know. That's it. I do feel like you could be trying to create more freedom, for sure. You have the Four of Wands. Even the Tower, believe it or not, can be a card of kind of like freedom, because they are being set free. They're basically seeing the truth. So, a lot of you could be being set free here. You start in your first row for your current general energies with the Three of Cups, the Hangman, and the Emperor. Three of Cups is about, like, socializing, spending time with people. It's a card of your community. These three people are celebrating a harvest on this card as well. So, there could be some sort of harvest coming in for you. We'll have to see when we clarify. It just doesn't seem like this reading is focused on money. But, again, that might change in a minute. So, we'll see what happens. But I do feel that some of you could also just be spending more time with people. The Three of Cups is about getting assistance as well. I'm getting a lot, like, people-wise on this card for you, Cancer, I should say. It's like, I think there are a lot of people that could help you and help guide you at this time and help lift you up and, all that other stuff. And that's what I would be working on with the Three of Cups. You have the Hangman. Definitely, I think I literally feel like there is a shocking perspective coming in for you this week. I'm not trying to be clickbaity here, but it's pretty obvious. Four Wands, Tower to the Eight of Wands. This would be, like, literally a shocking new perspective. I would say that it's probably a good thing, because the Eight of Wands is speed. Eight of Wands is something happening quickly. So if you are seeing or gaining a new perspective on something in your life this week, it'll probably, speed things up for you or help you move forward in a quicker way. So, it's almost like you're getting answers. Didn't I say this to you? I'm pretty sure it was you that I said, it's like, I said this in your last reading and probably the one before that as well. It's like you're getting an answer to a question that you have, or you're finally seeing the perspective that matters, and that's kind of popping into my head here. The whole freedom thing makes sense, because the Hangman, he has put himself in Hangman mode so that he can gain enlightenment. So he put himself in this position so that he could see things from the other perspective. And again, I think a lot of you could be being set free from that as well. You have the Emperor. I almost feel like this is you. Like, yes, I know that you're not an Aries. I get that, but like, sure, you could be attracting an Emperor at this time, but I wouldn't really call this a love reading either. And, but again, I think you're more taking control of opportunities. It's almost like you're bossing up. There we go. That's the word I was looking for, Cancer. It's like you're bossing up, or you're becoming more, or you're taking control of opportunities that come your way. And I feel like that is a good thing. One warning I would say is that we go up to the Four Wands, to the Four of Pentacles. This basically, I don't know, it's telling me right now in this reading that there might come a moment where you have to kind of, like, push past a comfort zone or something. Four Pentacles, he's holding on too tightly to the past, but it's almost like you're grabbing onto an opportunity, and then it's getting to a certain level, and you're not thinking you can push it further. So I feel like I need to say that to you. So again, if you're working on a project, a business, an idea, whatever, it's like you might have to go that next step. Here you go. With the Three of Cups, you have the Four Wands. So, Four Wands, you have it twice. Of course, it's a Cancer reading. Wouldn't be a Cancer reading without a billion repeating cards. So we've only just begun, and you already have one. But, could be marriage. Some of you, sure. I mean, like, some of you could be thinking about finding a commitment or looking for a commitment. But the Four Wands is the card of freedom. And you have that card that says the freedom is yours. Usually with the Four Wands, we have to complete one thing and so that we can get to the other side of these Four Wands. And so if you have anything that you want to wrap up, or if you have anything you are wrapping up, this is a great card for wrapping things up, finishing things, taking things to the next level, all that other good stuff. With the Hangman, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness, and I'm pretty sure you get her with me quite a bit. She is your opposite sign, Capricorn. And so, it's an amazing time for resourcefulness, and it's an amazing time to be resourceful, so I would definitely do that. The other thing is that she's my card of multiplication. We have this rabbit right here. Rabbits multiply very quickly, and so anything, it really, I always say with her that we should be looking at the things that we're doing or the things that we're working on or the things that we're creating. And there's always like a couple of like activities or a couple of things we do that produce a better result than we put into them. And that's what you need to be looking at with the Queen of Pentacles, is like things that multiply more. And if you do that, you will get more. So that's why you should do it. With the Emperor here, you have the Devil. The Devil can represent toxic vibes, toxic people, toxic thing. I'm wondering if you're attracting a Capricorn in your life. You have 2 Capricorn and you have the Page of Pentacles. So if you're looking for love, could be. The other thing is that this is about control. The Emperor is controlling. He's not really a card of control. The Devil is controlling these 2 people in front of him. Basically, they're attached to his black box right here. And so, I'm wondering if you are setting yourselves free from something that has been controlling you for a long time. Could be anything. Could be fear. Could be a person. It could be a place. It could be a thing. But, I really feel that you're actually doing it. I don't even feel like I need to tell you to do it, which is good. That means that you are doing it. It's like you are setting yourself free from whatever this thing is. Next, we're going to look at what's coming in for you at this time. You have this expecting card. It says potential, beginnings, nurture, and duty. You have this retreat card. It says withdraw, self-protection, and reevaluate. I don't think you're really retreating. Again, I think you are reevaluate. That word makes sense on that card because of the Hangman. The Hangman, he is like reevaluating his journey. The Hangman is part of the Fool's journey, so we could argue that he is like the Fool on his journey, and he's taking a pause to reevaluate the direction that he's moving in. With the expecting card, again, I think that there are opportunities that you are committing to. You have the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles has that 1 pentacle he's holding on to. So it's almost like you're evaluating or reevaluating something like an opportunity that has a lot of potential in your life, but it's kind of like you're maybe weighing your options or you're just trying to see how things will go first. And I do get that feeling here, with these cards. You start here with the Moon, the 4 Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. The Moon is, again, part of the Fool's journey. He has to get from here to here, and he needs to not stop, right? I kind of feel you have to be careful of distractions. These 2 pillars here, they represent kind of like a distraction to the Fool, but they're not really distracting him. They are telling him, don't get distracted. Stay on your path, right? And so if you've been working on something for a while, I do feel this is kind of like saying, keep going. Don't switch to something else. I think a lot of us, a lot of humans have this thing where if we're working on a project and we get excited by a new idea, we, quit one project to work on another one. I kind of get that feeling here where it's like saying, don't quit, keep going on what you're working on, and don't get distracted by, a shiny new object, because that's all it is. It's just a distraction. And again, if he gets distracted, he, instead of climbing the mountain, he's just always moving sideways. Like he's just trying to walk around it. But like these are mountains that he cannot walk around. He has to eventually climb that mountain. So again, I think with like whatever you're doing right now, is this card is basically saying whatever you're doing right now is enough and it's gonna work, and you just have to keep going and see something through to the end. Some people do read the Moon as Cancer, or say that it could be Cancer, so there you go. I don't, but just throwing it out there. You have the 4 Wands. Yeah, it's like your commitment is I don't want to say your commitment is being tested. I think the universe is asking you to fully commit to whatever this little seed thing is that you're working on in your life. It could be a new project, could be an old project as well, could be something personal, could be your health or whatever. And I feel the 4 Wands, of course, is a card of commitment. I also feel it's asking you to let go of old things. Again, with the 4 Wands, we have to cross through this portal in the middle of the card to celebrate on the other side. And the 4 Wands really is a finish line card. Many tarot books say that the 4 Wands comes up when you're finishing something. And so, some of you could be just wrapping some things up in your life so you can focus more on whatever the Moon goal is, and so that you can accomplish it, which is great. That's exactly what I would be doing with this card. The other thing is, again, they're celebrating. I think with the Three of Cups, it would be a great time. Like if you're getting together with friends or people that you celebrate with, Three Cups is those concentrated connections that really support you. And so spending time with those types of people would be good. You have the Page of Pentacles. I feel like this is you looking at an opportunity here. It could be literally any type of opportunity. The Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness. It kind of tells me that maybe you are trying to learn as much as you can about an opportunity before you do it. I feel like that's like a little bit backwards. We are definitely in a time where we have to learn as we go, right? The Queen of Wands is my card of learning as you go. You don't have the Queen of Wands, but what I would say is, a lot of people get the Queen of Wands nowadays. And so the Page of Pentacles also kind of falls into that category for me. And I feel that you need to realize that, it's time to get started. You have to, jump into something. I kind of do feel that with the Tower as well, that like if you don't get started, the universe is going to start for you. And so I don't know what the hell that means, but, again, the universe could be giving you a little bit of a nudge with that Tower. With the Moon, you have the Nine of Pentacles, not kind of saying you have everything you need, right? So like it's kind of saying that you have all the tools necessary to be successful. She has to focus, so we were basically saying that. She has this falcon right here, and she's training her focus. She's choosing what to focus on. So again, you have to focus on the mountain. And yeah, it might sound bad to climb a mountain, but there's a path that's going straight up that mountain, so it'll be an easy climb, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. And the Nine of Pentacles, says you have to focus. She also has to protect her energy, which I think with all these people showing up here, Four Wands twice, Three Cups, that, she has 6 Pentacles over here, 3 Pentacles over here, and it kind of represents the fact that she only ever gives 3 Pentacles to any situation in her life, and she always keeps 6 for herself. So really, it's not about Pentacles, right? This isn't like money that we're talking about. This is you, protecting your energy, basically holding back enough so that you have enough to live your life, and then you're only giving like 3 Pentacles worth of energy to anything that enters your life. With the Four Wands, you have the Six of Cups here. Yeah, if you are attracting love, could be like a very fun, childlike connection. I don't really look at this as a card of someone from the past, although I would be careful at this time. I mean, you have the Devil, so, if you don't want to hear from a person from the past, I would definitely protect yourself from that. I feel like I've said that too recently as well, so, that could be a little bit of a theme for you, Cancer. But the other thing is that, the Six of Cups can represent a turnaround, and so there could be a little bit of a turnaround coming in for you here. The Six of Cups is like a gift from the universe, and the whole entire, we basically have been saying this the whole time. It's like you are getting an answer. You're gaining the perspective you need to make things faster with that Eight of Wands. So that could be the gift, is that you're experiencing some sort of turnaround in your life, or you're like overcoming an obstacle, and yeah, looks really good. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Death card. I do feel you are making a lot of changes, Cancer. Like you're probably being asked to make a lot of changes, and I really don't know what to say about that other than like that's life, right? We go up to the Tower. It's like the Death card says that things have to change, and then sometimes if we choose not to change, then the universe does it for us with the Tower. So again, I don't think the Tower is that bad of a card. They're coming down to reality. They're seeing reality for what it is. But, sometimes the universe has to show you reality. But I almost feel like this is saying, like, you could make a change right now, and you could probably avoid a Tower moment in the first place, which is exactly what I would do. So if you're feeling like you need to make a change, or, if you're noticing that something isn't working in your life, then it might be time to change it. Next, we're going to look at messages from your future self. Cannot make this up. I didn't even see this. This says, what do you need to release? There you go. You have this win-win outcome is forecast. Love it. So, like I said, this doesn't feel bad to me, this Tower. It's probably a win-win. But I definitely felt on that Death card, I was saying that there's something that you probably need to release or let go of. It could be, like, I kind of feel for some of you it's something you don't want to look at, but, like, not in a bad way. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes I think we have things in life where it's like we have to go through a process to get rid of it. And, maybe we make a big deal out of the process in the first place. And, I'll give you a great example without saying too much. I recently have decided, like, one of my businesses is taking too much time. I have to get rid of it. And, but to be able to get rid of it, I have to do a lot. And I've been putting this off for like months, right? Because the process, the paperwork, the things I have to do to get rid of it are just, I just can't even think about it, right? But I know I have to. And so, that's kind of like what I feel here for you. It's like, maybe there's something you don't want to do that's involved. And yeah, there you go. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Tower, the Hermit. I think the Four of Pentacles, of course, is probably your future self saying, what are you holding on too tightly to? Or are you holding on to something that's limiting you? The Four of Pentacles, like his situation isn't bad. It's fine. He's in kind of like a comfort zone. But the thing is, he's holding on so tightly that he can't ever get more. He can't ever experience more. His story is just going to stay the same because there's nothing, he's holding on too tightly to what he's got. So he can't even move, right? And, I feel that for some of you where if you're releasing something, it's like maybe holding you back. You have the Tower. The good news is the Hangman and the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands, right? Because I feel like the Tower, sometimes if we don't know, if we don't have answers, then we don't really know what to let go of. But I feel you are getting answers. Like you are getting answers this week on what to move past or, what risks to take. This guy here, he's kind of taking a risk. Like he's seen that the tower's on fire and he's like, I need to jump. And that's more the feeling that I get for some of you, is that you could be making taking a chance this week. That's more the energy I get off the card, and it will move you into a new reality. But obviously it's going to be good. There's like a lot of speed, a lot of forward movement with the Eight of Wands. So I think that taking some sort of leap of faith will probably be good for you. You have the Hermit. The Hermit says you've been through a dark night of the soul, and now, the Hermit is shining his inner light. I always say that the Hermit needs to come down from the mountain. He is staying isolated at the top of the mountain, but he can't really be an inspiration from that position. He also needs to shine his inner light. He's earned the right to show off. And, I kind of feel that for you, Cancer, where it's like saying you have a lot to share, and now it's like time to share. That's really what I feel. That's a weird message for the Hermit, but that's what I feel on that card. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. Things have to change, right? The King of Pentacles is the card of convention. He does things the same way over and over and over again. Now, there's nothing really wrong with that. He still will get a result. He still can be kind of successful, but he's capable of more. He is capable of, building great wealth. He's capable of being very successful and, all this other stuff. And I feel like that's what this whole row is the whole reading really is saying to you, that you are, you are capable of more, so you should. And that's kind of the feeling I get here. We also have divine counterparts here, King and Queen of Pentacles. If you want love, I do, definitely could be an earth sign. I do like the King and Queen of Pentacles because they're two people who are usually very serious and like want something to actually work. So, there you go. With the Tower, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is juggling, spinning plates, doing too much, basically. And so the Two of Pentacles can say that maybe you have too much going on at this time. And so I would like take a little bit of quiet time this week. Like if you can find some meditation time, or if you can hide in a closet for a couple of minutes and just focus in on something, that might bring a lot of clarity. It's also a card of like work hard, play hard. But I kind of feel the Tower with this is saying you're making things too hard, or you're making something too hard. I said this at the beginning of the year in the 2025 readings. 2025 is a year of efficiency. So if we're like trying to like force things to work, they're not going to work, right? If we're working hard, probably a bad idea. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't work hard, but what it does mean is that we should be putting efficiency first. Like, is what we're working hard on producing a result or not? Because if it's not producing a result, then we need to make a change, right? We need to do something different. With the Hermit, you have the Chariot, showing up here. So Chariot is like charging forward towards success, and it is also speed, which we see with the Eight of Wands. Like there is something that will be happening quickly for you this week, like if you make the change, or if you make the perspective shift with the Hangman. I really think that's the secret sauce of your reading here, is the Hangman. It's not really, is it really a change, or is it just how you see it? Like a perspective shift is what I kind of feel on that Hangman. It's like sometimes if we can approach something from a different perspective, we can be 10 times more successful, right? And that, like, I'll give you a great example. This channel, my channel was stuck at 40,000 subs for years, right? And people were blowing by me in subscribers. And it wasn't until I started going live, but I had to have that perspective shift. At first I wasn't sure about the whole going live thing. But when I did it, it blew up my channel, right? So it's like, I didn't stop doing this, obviously. I just started something else. I changed the perspective. That is the secret sauce for you here, Cancer. It's like, you don't have to quit your job or quit your business or whatever else you're doing, but maybe the approach needs to change, or there is part of the approach that could change that would make you successful much, much faster. Next, here you go. Next in the area of the good stuff, you have this card. It says, let it go. All of these cards basically say the same thing. You're letting something go this week for sure. It'll be a good thing. You have this card that says, in perfect harmony. I think you want more harmony and peace in your life right now, Cancer. So it's like, that's what you're trying to create. And again, maybe by releasing something that you're a little hesitant to release, or again, it could just be as simple as a perspective shift, like we just said. That could be the thing that, brings more harmony and peace into your life. You have the Temperance card, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. Temperance is patience, of course, but Temperance is mixing two things together. So like I said, you don't necessarily have to quit something or leave something. You could just be mixing in something else. And, this right here is the path to glory. So if he mixes these things together, he might get that crown. And, that's pretty much what I would do here. You have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is like charging forward towards success. It's, can represent quick success, a quick conclusion. I was feeling speed at the beginning of your reading. I still do. You have the Chariot as well. So it's like you're charging towards something. Eight of Wands is one single focus. And that is the other thing that pops up. That's like your second secret sauce here. Cancer is the Moon with the Nine of Pentacles is focus. Focusing on accomplishing one thing and making it happen. And if you do that, you will clearly find success. If you don't, then you're going to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off, right? So I would focus. You have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. It's also new inspirations coming in for you. So I feel it could be like a very inspiring time. It's also like living a life of desire, which actually would be a very big picture way to read the Ace of Wands. And I feel a lot of you, it's like you are trying to... this card says in perfect harmony, but it's like I'm wondering if you're trying to get more excited about life, is what the Ace of Wands is saying. With the Temperance card, you have the Strength card. Yeah, again, you have the skills, the strength. I said this on the Nine of Pentacles, that you have the skills necessary to be successful. The Strength card would say you have the strength necessary. Like if you're worried, like, oh, am I going to be able to do this, or am I going to be able to accomplish this thing? Clearly the answer is yes. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Two of Wands. Yes, he needs to take the lead and leave his castle. He is standing at the top of his comfort zone, Four of Pentacles, right? And he needs to get out into the world. Like he needs to, he needs to bring what he does to a wider audience. And that's kind of what's popping into my head for you, Cancer, is that you have to put your work on display, or you have to show off more, get more attention, or, challenge yourself more. I think all those things will make you more successful, obviously. And that's what I would be doing with the Two of Wands, is like getting out into the world, taking the lead. Also comes up here. You have the Emperor. The Emperor really could say you have the opportunity to take the lead in some area of your life, and I would. With the Ace of Wands, what do you know? You have the Hangman again. So clearly there is some sort of new perspective coming in for you here, Cancer, on something that will make you successful. It'll probably be very inspiring as well with the Ace of Wands, which is good. We need to be excited right now, especially with Neptune on its way back into Pisces. Again, if you're not enthusiastic about what you're doing or inspired, it's probably not going to work. Next, you have this December card and this horse. It says short journey on it. So between now and December, you could be going on a little vacation or something. That would be good. You have this September card in this box. It says you will receive a gift. Yeah, we're still in September, even if you're watching this early. Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe, and the gift we usually receive is a turnaround. So there is some sort of gift coming in for you here, and I feel it's a turnaround. You have this Yoke card that says feeling tied down or frustrated. Devil, Tower, Four of Pentacles. It's but maybe you just need more excitement, or maybe you need to do things to inspire yourself more, is what I feel here, because it's like you're not stuck. I feel like the Tower will show you that if you are feeling stuck. So, I'll definitely say that. You have this pig, it says, beware of greed. Yeah, we have to be careful of greedy people at this time for sure. So I would avoid greedy people, all that other good stuff. You have this broom, it says, new home, new attitude. Some of you could be moving or thinking about moving. Kind of feels like very future to me. So it's like you're not doing it right now, but you're going to in the future. Two of Wands could also be about making moves with the Eight of Wands. So if you're making moves, then obviously that would be good for you as well. It's funny that it says new attitude as well, because we've been talking about a perspective shift, right? You're changing your attitude about something, right? That could also be very important. But this looks pretty good, Cancer. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.